Namaste and great evening, everybody. I have an image of white Tara up on my screen, and I was going to do a reading on women and enlightenment. Because we see so much now, just men that are enlightened, and even on my channel, the Indian men being shown to be the ones in 0 point balance and complete stillness. And this just can't be the case. It can't be that only a certain, gender and are primarily enlightened, because consciousness is the same and it knows no gender. It's the same for all. So let's see what happens with this reading, okay? Okay, so throughout history, women have been enlightened. Their voices have been hushed, however, because they, when they spoke this way as one that is clear and within this space of enlightenment, they were not taken seriously. And many put a mark of darkness on them, as if to say that they're witches or they were an evil spirit. And, some of them had punishments that came to them because of this. So many of them then would do their practices in secret, because so many, and this still happens to this day in many areas, in many places where women are not allowed to come into the quarters where men are doing the deeper practices, where they are being given the deeper teachings and lessons, the energy. And they had their own sangha, they had their own time where where the doors were closed to women. So then women were really left in many ways to do their practices in secret and to just do them internally, to find their own way without it being so carved out for them. So it was a harder journey for them. And yet many did do this, and they continued forward until they were in this, came to this awakened state. And you can see the pendulums getting big. Indeed, this is true. Okay, so now we're connecting more in with Tara, and she is one that was very devoted to her practices, that did them with full heart, within selflessness. And so when she was doing her practices, the men would say to her, you should pray to be reborn as a man, so that you can be enlightened. And she said, I will pray to be reborn a woman time and time and time again, until all beings are liberated from samsara. So with this, she is given the name Bodhisattva, and that's just one that does return lifetime after lifetime to liberate souls. So this is her vow. So she didn't listen to the men when they were telling her, no, you can't do this. You're just a woman. How would you know? She didn't listen to any of this, and she just continued forward without allowing anything that was said to her to weaken her desire, until that fire that was in her heart, that devotional fire, consumed all sense of duality. So this is White Tara, and to this day her energy does still live. She she's there within pristine awareness. There's a lot of moon energy around her, and she is working on all levels to break down the mind for those beings that are open. Okay, so let's see if she is in body now. Okay, so one can see there is a yes. She is here in spirit on the physical plane. However, the seeing eye or the human eye will not see her. They will not be able to grasp her in a way, or have the physical eye that is within duality truly see her. However, she does live, giving her blessing. Okay, so within this feeling that is here this evening, one is feeling that consciousness doesn't know gender. Okay, consciousness does not know whether one is pretty or ugly, whether one wears beautiful clothes or dirty clothes. Okay, whether one speaks softly or harshly, whether one speaks pretty words or, doesn't say anything at all. Consciousness doesn't know all those things. Okay, and yet the journey is taken within the heart. Okay, so that space that is not touched by externals, that's where the journey is taken. Okay, so then those that speak and say they're enlightened and say that women can never be enlightened, or that that's only meant for a certain population, okay, are they really truly awake? Okay, one can see they are not, because as one goes into that void, all sense of personhood is washed away, and there is no sense or feeling of gender, of male or female, of even the body, of time, nothing. So those things do not exist. So as one comes back more into I guess worldly reality, they cannot speak that way, as they know that is not the truth. So if one does that, says they're enlightened, then this is indeed a red flag. Just watch for that, because the path of knowledge is open to all that are sincere. Okay, so let's see if there's going to be more females awakened in the future. Okay, so one can see that there's a yes. And this will be to balance out the energies that are around now, which is very strongly those in power being male, being the ones to call the shots, being the ones to have the opportunities. And, okay. So that's really needed now. So the women that come forward do need to have a very strong voice. They need to have a very clear voice. They need to be within, have extremely clean ethics, because if they don't, their words are just not going to be taken as seriously now. And, okay, so all this needs to be in place as a good foundation. And this is true of men too, certainly. But this is just, we're speaking of the female here now. And so, okay, so this is coming forward. And, okay, so this is why one should really pay attention to the heart, to be still, to be quiet, to not let any voices shake you that want to degrade your confidence, degrade your strength, degrade your voice. Okay, and so the West now is what is being felt, is a place that has a lot of opening for women coming forward into this awakening. And this is, just due to some of those barriers are being broken down now. Although there's still a lot there, but some of it is happening now. Some of those chains are being broken, so it's a good time for this to come forward. And so practices can be done amongst any experience, whether you're with your family, with children, or at work, or just before sleep, hard times, easy times, they can be done. And devotion and care and love can be put into all that one is doing. Okay, so this is just really important now that that focus is there, so that we can get this female energy and this female voice really rising forward now to balance out the other more predominant energy of male. Okay, so let's see if there's anything else with this reading. Kid is saying yes. Okay. Okay, so love is here. Love is here. And don't have that in your heart. Have love in your heart. Okay, anything else? I'm just waiting. Yes. Okay, so those shadows are going. Those shadows need to go over this place of humanity, so that the sun can shine over the hills and a new dawn can really come forward, and we can all breathe fresh air and not worry about our children playing outside. Okay, not worry about violence, not worry about not having enough food, struggling. Okay, we need this to rise up now. Okay, because Tara is really one for all that are struggling and suffering. She has a heart like that. So let this heartbeat really come forward and begin to clear away these more unhealthy energies. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoyed this reading this evening. Make sure it's over. So it looks like it's fine. Okay, have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye now.